Can I hug you? I'm serious, sir. Can I hug you or give you a handshake, something?
No hugs, no.
It's a Thursday morning here at TCF Live. Good to have you all with us. Hope you're enjoying your day so far. Let's go down to Ohio. Judge O'Donnell.
Do the sentencing. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
What's your plea to the allegations?
I'm guilty of everything that was said.
Ms. Tomaszek?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. We would just like to ask the court today for any leniency in sentencing. And speaking with Mr. Madoc, I understand that these cases are much older. He understands that as well. Your Honor, he does suffer from drug use and mental health use. Per Mr. Madoc, he has been diagnosed with bipolar. At the time of failing to appear for probation, he indicated he was having issues with his bipolar medication. He was reaching out to Signature Health to try to get adjustments in that medication, and unfortunately was unsuccessful, so he did take himself off the medication. So we'd just like to ask for any leniency in sentencing today. Thank you.
Mr. Maytek, what do you want to tell me?
Do I have a second, Judge O'Donnell?
Sure.
So last time I wrote you a 15-page letter and completely annoyed the crap out of you, and
How do you know you annoyed the crap out of me?
because it was mostly bullshit, and you could see right through it, and you're a smart man, and I know you couldn't. That's why we are here again. I lost my father a couple months ago. He was killed by a nursing home. I am on my own. I have my own place. I still work for Jack, the guy that that I got this case from. I work every day. I have my own apartment in Cleveland. Me and my girlfriend. I've actually been doing really good. I was trying to save money. I'm getting money from a lawsuit from my dad I was going to come back to court and pay it, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to waste your time anymore, this court's time, and keep dragging this on. This is 10 years old. I haven't been in trouble since. I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't stolen anything. There's not one thing I've done to the public to prove that I'm a nuisance, that I don't belong in the public. I mean, I've been on and off bipolar medication. Some's worked, some hasn't, and it's been a nightmare for me. But the real thing is I go to work every day, sir. I don't cause anybody any trouble. I haven't, obviously in 10 years, I haven't got a new, charge of stealing or theft or anything. And that's the honest to God's truth.
If you got that mental health condition, why don't you do something? Why don't you do something about it?
Well, because I've been too scared, because I haven't had an ID. I've had warrants, so I thought that they would arrest me if I go to any place like that.
But how do you think using meth helps your mental health condition?
It helps it's helped my ADHD. I use it in the morning one time. I take it, I eat a little piece that I have. I don't sit there and snort the stuff all day. I don't sit there and go wild and get high. It has nothing to do with that. I use it in a waste
Well,
space.
see, I don't know that, right?
No, you don't.
I can't possibly know that.
And I can't prove that.
Right.
I do know one thing. I don't honestly think I deserve to be. I think letting me go today would be honestly the fairest thing, because I know you don't usually do that, but I haven't hurt nobody.
I never do that. Because that's, you see,
Sir, it would.
look at,
I'm sorry.
boy, oh boy. The prosecutor on your 17 case and the public defender both retired a number of years ago. That's how old this thing is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a taking and entering and a receiving on the 17 case.
Yeah, Jack was supposed to come here and actually tell you guys that those items were found, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter today.
And you were given intervention on that case, which meant if you complied with the 2-year plan by August of 19, you would have had that record erased.
I wish I
So-
would have done that.
I wish you would have done it too.
I've always wanted to be a cop. That's been my whole thing, my whole life, honestly. But
So, we tried a bunch of treatment, you disappeared, and you kept disappearing. And you get this other charge, which is a failure to appear, because you kept disappearing, and then you disappeared some more.
it was due to my hip replacements and everything that happened to me.
But that was all going on last time you were here,
Yeah,
okay? And we addressed that as best we could, and then, I addressed the mental health stuff when you were here back in November of '23.
and I did go, I was meeting with them, and then it just started giving me really bad nightmares, and things were just,
Okay, well, that's why you need to address it, not just stop taking it and not show up. I mean, that's your biggest,
I do want to work with somewhere, honestly, I really do want to work with a facility, and now that, once I get out, that I don't have warrants and stuff, I'm able to go to a hospital and get an ID and actually go and do these things, and that's huge to me. That's part of why I'm coming here and I'm saying, let's get this done, because I want an ID again. I don't want to have to hide. I don't want to have to run. I want to be able to keep my apartment, keep my life, and be able to go to and get a clinic and I'm not here to cause anybody trouble. I'm not here to hurt anybody out in the public. I just want to work and make a life like my father and everybody else.
you wasted a good, 9 years.
More than that, sir.
Well, I know that, at least in the 9 years you've been coming here. I mean, that's completely wasted time.
I've been grieving my sister since then, and it's half my life has been wasted. I don't want to waste it no more. This is a chance for me to get my ID, and I can actually go and get help in the things that I need. And I wish there was a way I could prove that to you, not that you care, or honestly,
Well,
but just,
listen,
yeah. I just want to show you that, you haven't wasted your time, that I can be a member of society, and that I'm not going to screw up anymore.
but that's completely on you.
I just don't have a dad to turn to. I have no family. They were all just, killed. You're somebody that I look up to, and I'd love to show you what I have built, rather than, I'm just a screw up and nothing. I mean, not having my dad here right now is hard enough for me, honestly. I'm actually in the process of burying him right now. He hasn't even been buried yet. That's part of the main reason why I really, 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 how close I was to my father and my family, and that's the main reason I'm asking for this to be dismissed and let go, so I could be with him, and bury him. He was killed by the nursing home in Euclid, and I just want to be able to bury my dad and get help and do these things, and I have my own place. I'm not going out into, me and my girlfriend both live there. I work for Jack. I'm still in the same, none of that's changed.
Do you still live up off of St. Clair?
No, sir, I haven't, my address is 4172 Rocky River Drive, Cleveland, Ohio, 44117, or no, I'm sorry,
Did you used to live up by St. Clair, or did you work there?
St. Clair.
Around 185th up there?
Oh, that's my boss does, Jack James, he doesn't live there though anymore, he's in Chardon. But there would be nothing better in this entire world to me right now to be able to go bury my father and get help and get an ID and be done with this.
So what has stopped you in the past from doing that? Say in the past 2 years, what stopped you from doing that?
Me getting an ID and having to hide and run, and I've just been working
Well, you were hiding, why?
because I was scared of this day.
Okay. Yet, here you are.
I never thought these things would come about like this. I never thought my dad would be killed. I don't want to be in prison, and it goes
When did your dad die?
a couple months ago.
And how old was he at that time?
76, sir.
Well, you certainly knew that that time was coming sometime, right? I mean, everybody dies,
Yeah, he was in really good health, though. He choked to
Right.
death.
but then that happens. Okay, so the question is, what do you do, where do you go from there?
Well, I have there's a lawsuit against the nursing home, but I just
But regardless of the lawsuit,
Okay.
the lawsuit either works or it doesn't work, okay?
showing him that I can do the right thing.
But whether it results in some vindication for you because of what happened, it may or it may not. But whatever way it goes, you still gotta move on. I mean,
And that's why I'm not ruining my life.
If it doesn't work
Sorry.
out, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna go into a meth depression or what? I mean,
No, that's
okay.
what I did with my sister. I ruined my life when my sister passed away. I screwed up. When she got killed, I did a lot of dumb things. But if I have an ID right now, I'm going to get medication, not meth. I can promise you that. I could care less.
Where? Medication for what?
I'm going right back to Signature Health.
Okay.
If I got out of here today, right now, if you said we're done with this, instead of going home right now, I'm going, my first place is going to Signature Health to get signed back up so I can get medication.
You gotta understand something, sitting here, that this isn't, this, now, if you were on probation in Cuyahoga County, I guarantee you that they would terminate your probation right now and you'd walk out the door and go on with your life without having any probation, okay? That's a certainty.
I would rather be back on probation, honestly.
Okay, but I don't do that, because then what have you accomplished, what has the system accomplished by rewarding you for consistently not showing up? Because nothing has been solved, okay? You still have the mental health condition that is untreated, and now you're on top of that, you're piling the meth. And I can't imagine a worse combination than not being treated for bipolar and using meth. I mean,
You're
you'd be
right.
like Ricochet Rabbit bouncing off every wall.
I don't. I go to work every single day,
Yeah,
sir.
that's okay,
I deal with it.
except I know none of this,
Jack's
Right.
told you before, though.
okay? I haven't seen you in 2 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
Sir, I would go right now today, right to Signature Health, not to get meth, and I would get the medication that I need. And I'm not just saying this to get out of jail. I'm saying this because I want a life. I want to be able to bury my dad. Burying my dad right now is the only thing I want to be able to do.
if you want a life, then it's up to you to create the life, regardless of what I do.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, right now, you got 2 F5s and an F4. Okay? So right now, I could give you 42 months with credit for, what, 9 months, 10 months, something like that? And you have then 32 months to do. Okay? And then at some point, you get out, and you determine what you're gonna do with your life. Doesn't matter what. See, nothing I've done in 9 years has mattered. Okay, I've had no effect on your daily life, because you've done whatever you want to do. Okay, you end up in Kentucky and wherever. Okay, that's the only place I can say for sure that you've gone, because that's where they grabbed you, and that was a nightmare, right? Okay.
It was
So,
hell. It was all
Now,
hell.
when you were here, after you pled guilty on this failure to appear, and I sentenced you, you talked about in that pre-sentence report what a nightmare it was, and how you would never do that again, and you're gonna comply with everything, because you don't wanna be put in that position again.
I just wanted out of jail every time, and I wanted to not be on probation and I just wanted, sir, I know one thing, if there's anything else going on right now, I don't wanna lose my place. I've worked hard to get it, and that means more to me than any drug or anything else. And I don't wanna lose not being able to bury my father. I mean, I have to
Okay,
make,
then what beyond that?
I want to be sober and not do anything. That's like a huge thing to me. And I don't need anything. I've just been so messed up with all this court and warrant stuff.
What was, remind me, because it's been so long.
Yeah,
You had a breaking and entering and a receiving on that 17 case.
yes.
What were the facts of that?
It was the weed whacker, it was my boss's weed whackers. He didn't pay me for plowing for 4 months, and I needed cigarettes.
So you got into his, wherever he stored the stuff and took it?
I was, yes. Long story short, supposedly I took the 2 weed whackers, and
Supposedly.
I sold one of them after he didn't pay me for 4 months, and that's where we started at.
And what involvement did drugs have in that?
None. That had nothing to do with drugs.
Okay.
That was me not getting paid for plowing. Because I plowed for him for 4 months straight, and he didn't pay me once during that time. If you could once go against everything that you probably would normally do and let me.
Ask her what I normally do. There is no normal here.
Oh.
This is completely abnormal, this place.
No, I know it's a zoo here,
Okay?
but
So,
I mean, if you could let me bury my dad,
so
and
you're right about one thing, okay? That you apparently haven't committed any crimes anywhere else, because sure as shit, if you did, you'd get caught. I mean,
I'm not the smartest criminal, I guess you could say, sir. I haven't, and I'm not a threat in any way to society.
you're a pain in the ass to society, okay?
No, just to you, sir. I'm not sure that. I would never steal from somebody again. I learned my lesson on that. Out of anything that happened, I learned I would never touch another thing in my entire life. I wouldn't take a pick, after dealing with all that, I wouldn't take a pack of gum. That did teach me a lesson on that part. I would never just steal. I'm not a threat to any public at all. In any sort of way.
When did you get arrested on this thing?
A couple of weeks ago,
And how did that happen?
I was driving my dad's vehicle to one place to another. I was moving some furniture into my place. Some more furniture. Without a license, like an idiot.
Didn't I
Because-
tell you to get a license? No?
I couldn't go without having warrants.
Why don't you have a license?
Because the warrants thing,
What else, what other reasons don't you have a license?
there would be no other reason right now. If I had no warrants, I'd go right and be able to get my license.
Well, the warrant's not stopping you from getting a license, right?
Yeah, because they'll arrest me on site if I go to try to get a ID. That is literally the only thing. I will have my license in days if I was able to go home.
When's the last time you had a valid license?
10 years ago? You know, the original crime that I committed here, and the original thing is stealing. And I learned my lesson on that. I absolutely 100% learned what is not right. I'm not I'm no, as you can see, I'm no harm to public, man. And sir, I don't mean to say man. I'm no harm to public. I just want to go about my life and live it the right way. And I know how to do that. It's just, this whole court thing and being tied, it's twisted my head backwards. I finally got my own place. I just want to bury my father and go about that. And you'll never see me again in this court. I mean, you'll never see me in
Those are
Lake,
the famous words.
you'll never see me in Lake County again. that's for sure.
Well, shit, you were right about that because I hadn't seen you for 2 years, right, in Lake County.
I learned where to stay away from, sir.
I know, you stayed away from here, you stayed away from the probation department,
I was scared shitless of any of them.
okay?
This stuff has scared me to death of me. I don't belong in prison. I'm not a person that should go. I don't. I just don't want to lose my place and everything I have worked for because I don't have anybody to rely on now or jump back on. I don't have my dad. I don't have my mom. My sister's dead. I don't have anybody. It's just me, and this will wreck everything that I have tried, and this will put me in a bad spot then. And
Well, of course it will. Prison puts everybody in a bad spot. Some people get out of that bad spot, some people don't. But believe me, anybody who I send to prison here, or you can believe her, or you can believe her, certainly has earned those prison stripes, okay?
yeah, I
Because
understand.
I don't send people there lightly.
I understand.
All right, I'm gonna continue your community control. 10 days in jail. How many does he have on this? Is it 7?
He has
Oh my God.
5 days. He was arrested on 3/8.
Okay. With credit for 5. You're gonna go to Signature and get involved in the dual diagnosis program. You're gonna follow the recommendations.
Can I hug you? I'm
Huh?
serious, sir. Could I
No.
hug you or give you a handshake, something?
No hugs, no.
But
no,
I know
just-
it's, I'm sorry.
Just here's what you can do, okay? You can show up at Signature, you can show up at probation and get your shit together, okay? That's the equivalent.
I never deserved this from you. After all the shit I've put you through, and I've heard a
So-
lot worse about you from other people, and
I
it's
don't
not
care
true.
about that, people. You believe that, Kim? People say bad things about me?
I can't believe.
Not bad things about you that you don't fuck around, excuse my language, that you don't mess around.
All right, so I told you last time you were here, the terms of only one doctor, only one dentist, and one pharmacy. Take the medication as prescribed, sign your releases, full employment, GED, 2 AAs a week and a sponsor, and a valid license. Now, what I was gonna do with you was I was gonna send you for 14 months with credit for about 2 months, okay? But keep in mind that what's available, because you've burned me twice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not burned me, I don't really.
I
You've burned
understand.
yourself twice, okay? So there's 42 months out there if you burn yourself a third time. Because remember, if you decide you're not gonna show up, you're gonna get caught, because you always do.
Every time.
Okay. And I tell you, one person who's gonna be really pissed about this is Jennifer,
Oh, I know, she don't wanna see me.
okay? All right, Kim, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Tomazik, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right,
I don't know why you've been so helpful and lenient towards me, and I know you shouldn't, but I do appreciate it, and I think I'm gonna try, I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try my absolute hardest
why don't you,
to not see you again.
don't talk about it, just do it.
Judge O'Donnell?
Well, that was super interesting, friends. Hey, thanks for watching this clip from TCF Live. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And you can join us weekdays live, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, right here on this channel.